Good afternoon. Today's new in-box engine is one that I've never had before, and that's probably unbelievable for many of you to hear that. One of the challenges with my channel and in this particular video series itself, the new in-box engine video series, is finding engine subjects that fit certain criteria. And those criteria for me at this time in my life are A, they're affordable, and B, I'm at least somewhat interested in looking at them and showing them to you, which means that obviously you have to be a glow engine. And C would be that it's an engine that actually hasn't been featured on my channel before, and with the number of engines I've had on my channel, that's beginning to become increasingly more and more difficult. But today's engine is a very nice Enya engine, and the thing that's different about today's video is that most times I'll get these engines and won't shoot the video for days or weeks maybe or something like that. So that gives me time to kind of open them up and play with them, look at them and check them out. This one is completely cold. I just got this from the mailbox, just walked into the apartment, just opened the box, and all I did was set it on the table here. So this is a completely cold. I've never even looked inside this box yet. But I do know that this is a new in-box engine. And as you can see, it's an Enya, and it's an Enya 45 Super Sport 45 ring engine. And this is one I've never had before. I've had several Enya 40s before, maybe a 45 something, but I don't think I have. I think they've all been 40s. This is supposedly new in box and complete, which is obviously why it's on this video series. But let's take a look here. So right inside the top of the box, I just happen to look in there, you see this piece of foam. That is original. That should be there. And you may say, well, why are you looking at such minor stuff? And the reason I'm looking at such minor stuff is because I'm looking at these and evaluating these things for completeness and if they're all original. And I have seen that is an original thing. So let's see here. Here's our Altec Marketing model engines, and this looks like just our safety instructions and warnings, which is exactly what that is. That's original, should be there. Then we have our instruction manual, and this is typically the type of manual that Enya was providing back in these days. And I say back in these days because as far as I can find out, this engine was reviewed by Peter Chin in 1987, and I can put a link to the review in the description. So here's Enya Super Sport series, the 40s and 50s. Now here it shows the Enya Super Sport 40, 45 ring. Actually, this is interesting. Look, they misspelled sport here. They put Sprott 45. That's interesting. It's always interesting to me when you find little mistakes like that. 45 ring, this is the one that I've got here. And so their instruction manual will tell you some basic information about it. Go in to break in, and then on the back you've got an exploded parts breakdown. I know this is a little large for the screen, but this is what it should look like, the manual. So let's look in here. First bag I take out is the screws, bolts for the exhaust. Next bagged item, high-speed needle, and all this looks great. Now the owner or the seller did say that these bags had been opened just for pictures, and then they must have put the staples back in. This is something that's really interesting because a lot of the older Enya engines never would come with an exhaust, so you always were kind of left to your own devices there, and that sucked. This is nice because this comes with a nice exhaust, very good high quality Enya exhaust. The only thing that I think is odd here is that this particular one already has the gasket placed onto the muffler itself. In other new in-box Enya engines I've seen, this wasn't in there, it was in one of these bags. I'm not slighting the seller for that at all because at least it's there, and that's a good thing. So there's nothing else in the box here. Let's take a look at this beautiful engine. So here's our Enya 45, And I think you'll be able to see in there that yes, this is a ringed engine, and it comes with a plug, which I think is interesting because I don't recall, it's not an Enya plug either, it doesn't look like to me. I'm going to go grab a nut driver real quick so that we can check and see what kind of plug that is. I just so happen to have one over here. And before, let's go ahead and I'll give you a chance to take a look at this. Now the interesting thing about this, the construction of this engine, is that there's no removable rear cover on this. If you can see here, the only thing, and it is a ball bearing engine, there's a ball bearing here, there's a ball bearing here, but there's really no removable, there is no removable rear cover at all, so it's just this two-piece, take the head off, and that's it. Which is kind of cool, it's kind of interesting. Let's see here. Definitely never been run before. Let's just pull this plug out. I'm curious if, oh, damn. Curious if this is an idle bar plug or not. Now, the way that was torqued in there, I don't know. I don't believe that Enya would have used anything other than Enya plugs, so that's why this is curious to me. And as you can see, this is an idle bar plug. To me, that kind of looks like a old Fox, but I'm not sure. I just think it's curious, and I'd have to look at the instructions. Maybe the instructions do say something about it coming with a plug. I don't recall Enya engines like this coming with plugs that were not Enya plugs. But this is a cool engine. This is one of those engines, I mean, you can never go wrong with an Enya engine of any kind, in my opinion, because they last a long time, and this is a ringed engine, which means this thing will really last a long time. And they're just really good, strong, reliable engines, and they just don't make glow, well, they don't make a lot of glow engines anymore, period, but they certainly don't make them to this level of quality anymore. So this has been the Enya SS45 new in box engine video, and we will be seeing this thing running on the stand here in the months to come. Thank you very much for watching.